Hi, my name is Scott Carey. I'm the co-owner of Carey & Schnauzer Quality Meats. We are a whole animal butcher shop located in New Tripoli, Pennsylvania. We get a lot of questions about buying whole animal, also known as freezer beef or meat shares. So we thought it was a good idea to put together this informational video explaining the ins and outs of the process. A lot of people might find it overwhelming buying whole animal, but I'm going to show you how you can do it in 5 easy steps. Step 1, decide what you want. First, decide the size of share that you are interested in. Quarter, half, or whole beef. This really comes down to the size of your family and the size of your freezer that you can store the meat in. We source our beef directly from local farmers. All of our beef is pasture-raised, grain-finished Angus beef that is veterinarian monitored and always cut in an inspected facility. Most of our animals hang at 800 pounds and is dry aged for a minimum of 7 days for the best flavor and tenderness. We also offer flexibility. If you already know a farmer or you're working with another farmer, you can schedule processing with us. Step 2, reserve your butchering slot. Once you've decided what you want, the next step is reserve your butchering slot. To do that, we take 50% deposit up front based on the estimated hanging weight. For a quarter share, we typically estimate 200 pounds, and for a whole beef, we use an 800 pound average. This gives us a good starting point for billing until the final weight is confirmed. Step 3, provide cut instructions or opt for butcher's choice. You'll choose how you want your meat cut and packaged. You can customize things like steak thickness, roast size, and ground beef portions to suit your needs. If you're not sure, we offer a butcher's choice option with a balanced mix of cuts, which is perfect for first-time buyers, and we also offer value-added options like sausage and hot dogs for an additional fee. Also, if you're looking for something sooner, we often have ready-to-go shares available for immediate pickup. These are sold as is with no customization and follow our standard butcher's choice cut list, no 5-week lead time required. Step 4, pick up your meat, pay the remainder due. Once your animal is harvested, it goes through a 7 to 14 day hanging period. Then we process it according to your custom cut sheet. From there, it typically takes about 2 more weeks to complete the packaging and get everything ready for pickup. In total, the process takes no more than 5 weeks from the time you place your deposit to the day you pick up your meat. At pickup, you'll receive your frozen packages and pay the remaining balance, which is based on the actual hanging weight. Step 5, enjoy your meat. That's it. You'll walk away with a freezer full of locally raised, high-quality beef that your family can enjoy for months. And now I'll answer some frequently asked questions that we get from our customers that are buying whole animal shares. What exactly are meat shares? Meat shares are purchases of a portion of a live animal, usually a cow, but they can also include pigs or lambs, from a farm or a butcher. You're essentially buying your share of the animal up front and then receiving that portion of the meat once it has been processed at a facility. Most customers choose a quarter, half, or whole share depending on their needs and freezer space. What is the difference between USDA and custom processing? USDA processing means that the meat is inspected under direct supervision of USDA inspectors. This ensures that every step from sanitation to temperature control follows strict federal standards. Custom processing, on the other hand, is not done under federal inspection. While there are many skilled and reputable custom processors out there, the level of oversight can vary, which means there may be differences in safety and sanitation practices from one custom processor to the next. Here, at Carey & Schnauzer Quality Meats, all of our beef is processed in a USDA inspected facility. This gives our customers peace of mind knowing they're getting meat that meets the highest standards for quality and safety every single time. What is the difference between hanging weight, live weight, and package weight? And how much do I get back? This is a great question that comes up a lot. Live weight is the actual weight of the animal before it's processed. Hanging weight, sometimes called carcass weight, is the weight of the animal after it's been harvested, cleaned, and prepared for butchering. This is the weight used to calculate your cost, and it's typically about 60 to 70% of the live weight. Packaged weight is what you actually take home, the final frozen cuts of beef. That's usually about 60% of the hanging weight. So for example, if your share is based on an 800 pound hanging weight, you'll likely take home around 480 to 500 pounds of packaged meat from a whole share, or about 120 pounds from a quarter. Keep in mind, these are just averages. There's a lot of variability between live animals, and depending on which animal you buy, your take-home weight may be different. What do you mean by hanging beef? Hanging beef refers to the process of hanging the carcass on the meat rail after harvest. This is done to allow the meat to cool properly and to begin the aging process. Typically, the beef hangs for 7 to 14 days, and during that time, natural enzymes break down the muscle fibers, which helps develop better flavor and tenderness. This step is a key part of producing high-quality beef, and it's something we're proud to do with every animal we process. How long will the meat last in my freezer? This really depends on the type of packaging your meat comes in. When it's vacuum sealed, your meat can last up to 2 years in the freezer without losing quality. That's the option we utilize in-house and recommend for the longest shelf life and best protection. If your meat is paper wrapped, it won't last quite as long, usually about 6 months max, before it may start to show signs of freezer burn. So if you're planning to store your meat over time, vacuum packaging is definitely the way to go. What is included in the price of a whole animal share when you buy from Carrie & Schnauzer Quality Meats? When you purchase a bulk meat share from us, everything is included in the price. There are no surprise add-ons. That price covers the cost of the animal, USDA inspection, harvest, processing and packaging, and even hauling from the farm to the processing facility. It's a full service package, so from start to finish, you know exactly what you're getting and what you're paying for. Is buying whole beef a way to save money? Yes. Buying beef in bulk is a great way to save money. When you purchase a whole, half, or quarter share, you're paying one set price per pound. That means you get premium steaks, roasts, and ground beef all for the same price. No markups, no surprises. Plus, buying in bulk means fewer trips to the grocery store and more convenience for your family. It's a smart way to stretch your dollar while stocking up on high-quality, locally sourced meat. What is the difference between Butcher's Choice and custom tailored cut sheet? When it comes to how your meat is processed, you have two great options. Butcher's Choice is perfect for first-time buyers. It gives you a balanced mix of roasts, steaks, and ground beef, a little bit of everything to help you get started. If you've bought a share before and know exactly what your household likes, you can fill out a custom tailored cut sheet. That lets you choose things like steak thickness, roast size, ground beef packaging, and more. Either way, we'll make sure you walk away with the cuts you'll love. How big of a freezer do I need for my meat share? A good rule of thumb is about 3.5 cubic feet of freezer space per quarter share of beef. So if you're planning to buy a half or a whole, you'll want to make sure you have enough space, or consider getting a dedicated chest freezer. I usually recommend starting with at least a 7 cubic foot freezer, even for a quarter share, so you have some extra room for other items too. What do you get in a half of beef? Here's a look at what you can expect from a half of beef share. You'll receive a generous mix of cuts, steaks, roasts, ground beef, and more, all vacuum sealed and ready for your freezer. The total take home averages around 240 pounds, depending on the animal and your chosen cut options. It's a great way to fill your freezer with high quality, locally sourced beef and get the most value for your money. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped answer some of your questions about buying bulk meat shares and give you a better idea of how the process works. If you're ready to place an order, have more questions, or just want to learn more, feel free to reach out.